We have no attendance standards, do we?
She just came to see how things work here. Haven't been to enough of them, huh?
Okay, we've got the 10-second warning here.
Are we recording yet?
Okay.
Well,
all right, everyone, if we could call ourselves into order for our regular session, city council meeting, November 21st, 2023. If you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Miskman.
Here.
Mr. Jensen.
here.
Mr. Harper.
Here.
Mayor Abu-Wasley. Mr. Brandt.
Here.
Ms. Menser. Mr. Sterned.
Here. Very good, thank you. If you would, please join in a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, we have two proclamations this evening or this afternoon, and I've asked Council Member Brandt to read the first one for Small Business Saturday on November 25th, 2023. And I think Brooke, welcome.
Whereas the city of Marion, Iowa celebrates our local small businesses and contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are currently 33.2 million small businesses in the United States, which represent 99.9% of all businesses and employees in the United States. And whereas in 2022, US consumers reported spending an estimated 17.9 billion at independent retailers and restaurants on Small Business Saturday. Whereas 78% of independent retailers said these holiday sales are critical and will enable them to stay in business. And whereas Marion, Iowa supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our neighborhoods. And whereas advocacy groups, as well as public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now, therefore, I, Will Brandt, on behalf of Nicholas Abu-Wasley, Mayor of the City of Marion, Iowa, do hereby proclaim November 25th, 2023 as Small Business Saturday, and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants of Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. You know she'll talk. All yours.
Just want to encourage everyone to come out and shop small this holiday season on Saturday and as we go through the holidays. And don't forget about businesses through the slow months of January and throughout the spring.
Very good. Thank you, Brooke. Okay, I have the honor of the proclamation for Artist Sunday, November 26, 2023. And Chris, if you can join me down front, and Cynthia. Well, this goes along with the theme of the prior proclamation. Whereas the city of Marion celebrates our local artists and the contributions they make to our local economy. And whereas the arts enrich our lives and enhance the cultural fabric of our community. And whereas Artist Sunday is a national event founded by Marion resident Chris Sherman that celebrates and supports artists of all kinds and encourages the purchase of original artwork from artists. And whereas our community recognizes the important contributions of artists to our economy, our education system, and our quality of life. And whereas our city is home to many talented artists whose work deserves recognition and support. Now, therefore, I, Grant Harper, on behalf of Mayor Nicholas Ossoli, Mayor of the City of Marion, do hereby proclaim November 26, 2023 as Artist Sunday and urge all residents to celebrate this day by exploring the works of local artists and consider the purchase of original artwork. Supporting our artists not only benefits them, but also contributes to the growth and vitality of our community. I should just comment, I have a few pieces of work that Chris has produced with his drone flights and weather pictures and hanging in my house. And I just can attest to the great work that local artists do.
Just to kind of echo what Brooke was saying earlier about supporting local, Artist Sunday is all about supporting local artists. And this is something we started back in 2020. And it's not just Marion or not just Iowa, but it's across the United States. But the whole idea is to really support the local artists that are here in the community. So thank you.
Okay, we're now at a point for our public forum for comments from members of the public on items that are related to an agenda item. So if you have any comments regarding an agenda item tonight, please, we welcome you to share those with the council. Very good. Did we happen to receive any other written comments?
I have not received any.
Okay, all right. Very good. So we'll close the public forum and move on to the consent agenda.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda, and this will include items A1 through F1, resolution numbers 31677 through 31709.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through F1, resolutions 31677 through 31709. Any discussion or questions? I think we should pause on item C1, resolution number 31680. This is approving the purchase agreement with Reliant Fire Apparatus for the replacement fire engine 94 and associated upfitting modifications and equipment, authorizing payment in the amount of not to exceed $998,163 Chief, I think there's some special considerations on this that we'd like you to highlight.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Really want to thank the community for this project, allowing it to move forward as a consideration tonight. We would not be at this point if it wasn't for the great work of our engine project team, which several of them are here. We do have a few of our engine companies here with members of that team on it. But want to mention them specifically: firefighter Drew Haig, firefighter Will Zamastil, firefighter Nick Thompson, Battalion Chief Jim O'Brien, Deputy Chief of Operations Ryan Steffen, and Public Services Technician and newly EVT certified Andrew Jensen, for their great work for the design and specifications of the stock unit. We're very pleased to bring it for you for consideration tonight.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions about that from council? Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice, Chief, if you could also talk about maybe the delivery, because that delivery is much different than what we had originally anticipated, and then maybe where this is going to be housed.
Absolutely. So the delivery with this unit, one of the values of pursuing this is the delivery within 9 months. So we should take delivery of this unit in 2024. We're hoping for September. Versus a complete custom purchase, which would take 4 years before we would take delivery of that. So getting that here in the community will create value for our residents and business owners. When the vehicle arrives, we'll have a short onboarding time where it will be outfitted, but it will go into service at Fire Station number 3 on West 8th Avenue.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Chief. Any other questions on that item? Anything else from the consent agenda? Okay, it's been, just a repeat, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda, items A1 through F1, resolutions 31677 through 31709. All those in favor of the consent agenda as stated, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries with 2 abstentions.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-28, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 24-3 regarding the Building Inspection Division, section 223-11 regarding nuisance abatement, and section 313-12.7 regarding automated traffic enforcement. This is the second consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-28, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 24-3 regarding the Building Inspection Division, section 223-11 regarding nuisance abatement, and sections 313-12.7 regarding automated traffic enforcement. And this is our second consideration. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of ordinance number 23-28 as presented, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we now move to a public comment period regarding the addition of speed limit signs on Edinburgh Avenue. Is there anybody here that wishes to address the council? And well, I guess we'll proceed this with a presentation, Mike.
Yes, sir. So we received a petition from residents requesting 25-mile-an-hour.
Mike, if you can, the microphone there. Thank you.
We received a petition from the residents that live along this stretch of road requesting speed limit signs, which are 25 mile an hour in this section. Albernet Road is at 35 mile an hour. There's a nice median in between here to make that turn. And then obviously it's a dead end T intersection on the west side. We did put the traffic classifiers out there for eastbound. The average speed was 28, a mode of 25, and an 85th percentile of 33.3. For westbound, it was an average speed of 30, a mode speed of 25, and an 85th percentile of 35. We did deploy the speed feedback trailer on the week of 10/23, just for that additional information for the vehicles that are using that stretch, just to remind them of the speed on a residential street. So at this time, TAC is reminding or recommending not installing additional speed limit signs at this time.
Thank you. Is there anybody here who wishes to address council during this public comment period regarding this particular matter? Have we received any correspondence on this at all?
I have not received any.
I have not either.
Okay. All right, we'll close the public comment on this and move on to the motion. Steve, if you can take that.
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the Traffic Advisory Committee report regarding the addition of speed limit signs on Edinburgh Avenue.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to receive and file the Traffic Advisory Committee TAC report regarding the addition of speed limit signs on Edinburgh Avenue. Any discussion? I do have just a question, Mike. When you say in the report, which I took a look at, it says mode equals 25 miles an hour. Is that the posted speed limit?
That is.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to have that clarified. And the exceedance that you mentioned previously of 85%, if you can repeat that again, just so I'm clear.
Yeah, so for eastbound traffic, the 85th percentile speed, which means 85% of the vehicles are traveling at that speed or lower, is 33. Westbound traffic, it was 35.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other questions regarding that matter? Okay. All those in favor to receive and file the Traffic Advisory Committee report regarding the addition of speed limit signs on Edinburgh Avenue, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to concur with Traffic Advisory Committee TAC recommendations.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Sterned and seconded by Councilmember Brandt to concur with the Traffic Advisory Committee recommendations. Discussion. All those in favor? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just to ask, so the city's residential is by ordinance 25, but when there's not a street sign or a speed sign on a street, that's still enforceable with the police department, even though it's not signed. So I just want to clarify that because
Yeah, so our
that was my
ordinance,
first thought.
our ordinance and state code actually says it's 25 unless otherwise marked.
Unless
We have special districts like the business district, that's 20.
Right,
But otherwise, that's how it's actually written in our
but
code.
there's no precedent, we'll say, the legal terms precedent that, someone could say, well, it didn't say it was 25 miles an hour, so why do I have to pay a ticket when it's not posted?
From what I've told, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Making note of that. Any other questions regarding this item? All right, all those in favor of concurring with the Traffic Advisory Committee recommendations, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, on to community development, and we have a public hearing regarding the placement of a permanent easement with Interstate Power and Light Company to be located at the northwest corner of Tower Terrace Road and Winslow Road, Marion, Iowa. Is there a presentation on this at all?
Yes, very brief. Interstate Power and Light Company, Alliant, is seeking a 10-foot utility easement on city property. Kind of hard to see there on the image, but it's a little L-shaped in red there. This is for underground electrical lines. The subject property has not been final platted prior. That's normally when Alliant would capture all those easements and all the other utilities would have those easements installed. But this piece has not been platted yet. Roads installed, but not platted. So an easement is required and that requires a public hearing. Staff has no objections to the placement of the easement on the property.
Very good. Thank you, Dave. Is there anybody here to address council relative to this matter before us now, this permitted easement for Interstate Power and Light. Have we received any written correspondence at all?
I have not received any.
I'm not.
No? Okay. We'll close out the public hearing and move on to the resolution.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve resolution number 31710, approving a permanent easement with Interstate Power and Light Company to be located at the northwest corner of Tower Terrace Road and Winslow Road, Marion, Iowa.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 31710, approving a permanent easement with Interstate Power and Light Company to be located at the northwest corner of Tower Terrace Road and Winslow Road in Marion, Iowa. Any questions or discussion? Very good. All those in favor of resolution number 31710 as stated, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we moved then to a public hearing regarding the vacant building ordinance. And Gary, it looks like you've prepared for the presentation.
I have. Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. So we've been over this a lot of times, but again, it applies to all vacant buildings in the city of Marion with some exceptions. Buildings for sale is the big one. Any realtors that have a property for sale, it does not have to be registered. If a homeowner has one that is registered through an online service, they can also get that waived as well. Also damaged buildings that are damaged by storms is a big one. We give them 90 days to get with their insurance company and get a plan. If at the end of that 90 days, they don't have a plan, then we'll be asking for registration. But if they have a legitimate fighting with or maybe not fighting, disagreement with the insurance company, that kind of thing, we can certainly look at that. The other one is residents leaving for an extended period of time. That one we will not charge. We do ask that they register. And the only reason we ask them to register is so that we're aware if they're going to be gone for an extended period, that if there is a property that needs mowed or needs the snow scooped, we have contact information. We have somebody to contact to find out, why it's not getting done. I was asked a question on the minimum with being vacant without being registered, and our policy is going to say 30 days. But there again, if somebody calls me and tells me that they're traveling and they're going to be gone, a little over a month or whatever, we can sure talk about it. But it would really be to their benefit to go ahead and register because there's no fee. And then the fact that we would be aware if there's something that happens to the property, we have contact information for that person. Any appeals will be held from the Nuisance Enforcement Property Maintenance Advisory Board, so they can appeal. They can't really appeal the actual requirement, but interpretations of they can appeal. So our timeline is having the ordinance adopted on the last reading on December 21st. Policy being approved, hopefully that same time we'll bring that forward as a recommendation. And then the schedule of fees will go through finance, and they'll be taking effect or actually be hopefully on the 21st as well. And then implementation January 1. And again, as I stated the last council meeting, we plan to go January 1, give 90 days till April 1st to have people understand the policy and understand how it works and get their properties registered. That would be before we actually start working an enforcement type of situation. So I believe that's all. So very good.
Okay, is there anybody here who wishes to address council on this particular item? Okay, any correspondence received on this at all?
I have not received any.
Okay.
The only one I had was the one that was asking the minimum, so nothing else.
All right, good, thank you. Okay, we'll close the public hearing then and move on to the motion.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve ordinance number 23-29, amending the Marion Code of Ordinances by adding language regarding vacant buildings, and this is the initial consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 23-29, amending the Marion Code of Ordinances by adding language regarding vacant buildings. This is our initial consideration. Any questions at this point? Comments? Gary, thanks for outlining the implementation schedule. Appreciate that. Okay, all those in favor of ordinance number 23-29 as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Very good, thank you. Okay, we then move to our final public forum, and this is for anybody here who wishes to address council on any matter that is of concern to them. Please recognize we won't take action on that item tonight. However, it may inform future actions as we see as appropriate. So if anybody is here to address council? None. Okay, very good. Appreciate that. We'll close the public forum and move to council comments. And let's start to my left, Council Member Sterned.
I have nothing. Thank you.
Just two quick comments. First of all, it was nice to see Officer Dobbs on TV this morning representing our community and giving out the holiday safe driving tips. So I did see that this morning. And the second thing is just wishing everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some of our leaders in the community, Mayor Nick, City Manager Ryan Waller, and Deputy City Manager Kim Downs for their selection on the Corridor Business Journal's most influential list. So congratulations to you guys. And also just happy Thanksgiving to everybody this week.
Thanks for bringing that forward. Congratulations to all of you in the Business Journal being mentioned. I have nothing to add other than to also say happy Thanksgiving. May it be joyful and safe. So with that, we will move then now to closed session.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to adjourn to closed session regarding personnel matters as permitted under section 21.51I of the Code of Iowa.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn to closed session regarding personnel matters as permitted under section 21.51I of the Code of Iowa. May it please have the legal statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have reviewed the proposed subject matter for the closed session and find the same to be permitted under Iowa Code, section 21.51I.
Very good, thank you. Roll call vote?
Mr. Miskman,
Yes.
Mr. Jensen,
Yes.
Mr. Harper,
Yes.
Mr. Brandt,
Yes.
Mr. Sterned.
Yes.
Okay, we are now entering closed session. Thank you so much. And again, happy Thanksgiving.